Welcome to Disc Golf Traveler's video blog. I'm Kyle, brought to you by Disc Golf Traveler. So we're going to go over the first thing you probably need to do for disc golf is simply to grip the disc. You know, how are you going to hold the disc? What's going to give you the best chances of getting that disc in that basket after you throw it? So the first thing you need to do in disc golf is clearly you need to drive off the tee. So when you're driving, you're going to do something, what I like to do, what I use is called the power grip. What I'm going to be doing is taking the disc, putting it in between my, in the palm of my hand, gripping around, tucking my fingers underneath that disc. You can see my fingers are underneath and they're only holding that rim. What I'm doing with my thumb on top is putting it right on the edge of the rim there and squeezing a little bit harder so I have a really firm grip. From here, I can just go out and unleash on this disc and snap that wrist at the end, because it's all about that snap when you get on that wrist right there. So when I'm holding this, when I'm using this grip, I'm going for as far as I can, as hard as I can, and usually can go out pretty well when I'm throwing it right. You know, I'm not going to have the best control with this, but I'm going to get some really good distance. I'm going to be able to put it basically in where I want, but it's still not that accurate. When I need that accuracy, I'm going to use something that's called a semi-fan grip, quasi-power grip. It's where I'm kind of combining a fan grip with, that power grip. That's going to give me a lot better control and a lot better accuracy, which in turn is going to take those strokes off my game instead of, hitting trees all over the place. So what I'm going to do for that is put the disc the same place in my hand, but it's underneath, it's where it's changing. Is my fingers aren't quite as close to that rim. My pinky's going to be there, it's going to be touching that rim, but that's about it. Depending on how far the shot is, I'll tuck my index finger into the rim or keep it up on top on the rim, depending on how far I have to go to that pin. And from there, just bringing it straight back again and then snapping. That's going to give me that control I need. It's going to be able to let me place that disc. It lets me allow to weave through trees that are in the middle of the fairway, so you can get some really nice S-curves and some nice hyzer shots, some nice anhyzer shots. It just gives me that control that I need when I need to get to the pin where it's not just an open field. Another grip that you're going to be using for putting. Putting's probably the most important part of your game, because if you can't put it in the basket, you're not going to finish a hole. So when you're putting, grip that I like to use, it's called the fan grip. So it's just a modified, another grip. Taking the disc, putting it in the same place in my hand, same right there on that palm, and I'm taking all my fingers and spreading them out underneath the disc. So you can see they're not very close to that rim, they're out here almost in the center of that disc. So you're going to be out there, taking my index finger up on that rim just so I can feel that rim and feel the accuracy that I'm going to get. My thumb is squeezing on the edge of the rim again. That way I can get a good grip so I can snap that wrist, because that's the type of putter I am. So when I'm putting, I'm going to have my stance. There's a lot of different stances. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's just whatever works for you, whatever is comfortable for you. So any way you want, but this is just my way. You can do it however you like. But what I like to do, and I've had the most success with, is I'm going to take my foot, I'm pointing my toes straight at that target. Then I'm going to take my shoulders square up to the basket, bring back, bend those knees, get in a nice athletic stance so I'm ready to go. So I can put some power underneath, get some snap on it. I'm going to bring the disc, bring it straight down to my belt line, and from there I'm just going to extend out and snap that wrist. With that fan grip out there, it gives me the control so I can put it right at the center of the chains, right in that hole. So I'm going to do it for you. Got my toe lined up with that target, squaring my shoulders up. I'm going to focus on that one point. Usually it's going to be one of the links in the chains. I'm going to focus right there. I'm going to look at it, line up, extend, throw out. Get it right in. This distance should be 100% of the time getting that disc in that basket.